This is a video for the LARP Combat Hand Crossbow. Here it is pictured with two different bolts, a light one and a heavy one. This is what it looks like when it's unloaded. And here it is loaded with the light bolt. This is the trigger design, which is a notched two-piece spring-loaded trigger. And this is what it looks like with the notch lever removed. And there is an optional pistol grip which can be swapped in. To start off, here's a quick clip of me firing off a few shots at this tree. Note that the first bolt is a bit lighter than the rest and hence fires a bit better. This is a relatively close range here, maybe 10 to 12 feet away, and also note that I'm got my other hand open, and so I'm able to reload very quickly, much different than in an actual combat situation. And this first clip will give you an idea how long the device takes to reload in an actual combat situation. There's the first shot.
Armor breaking.
And then here comes the second shot.
Armor breaking.
Normally I don't really recommend doing this. I'd rush into melee after a single shot, but this is just for video. And you'll notice that in a lot of these clips, I'm always closing distance. I'm never taking a shot from farther away than I need to. And you can't always see it in these shots. Some of the times the angle isn't wide enough, but I've always got a weapon in my other hand, and I'm always ready to defend myself in case one of these melee guys rushes me. And shortly here you'll see me reloading while still keeping my weapon at the ready. It's not really the optimal way to reload, but it does get the job done in case you need to be able to defend yourself quickly.
Armor breaking.
And then here are the slow motion shots. You'll notice that I'm never really arcing it. I'm always just aiming for what I want to hit, and if it drops, then it drops. Because if you try to arc this, then that's how you end up with head hits and things like that. And here you can see me staying just outside the threat range of the polearm user before I take my shot. That's really what this weapon was designed for. Getting relatively close, take your shot, and then either rush into melee or disengage. And it depends on the rule set that you're using, but in some, arrows and crossbow bolts are weapon breaking and armor breaking, and so they're generally good for shooting at melee opponents. Thrown weapons will almost always be a threat due to the relatively short engagement range. And this is shooting at the same tree as before, only farther away, around 20 feet away, which is about the edge of your useful engagement range. Again, I'm sure you could shoot it farther if you actually arced it up a bit, but then you risk head hits. Honestly, if you want to shoot farther than this, you should be training on archery or getting a bow. I do have a rifle crossbow, and I have used that in the past, but it's basically a poor man's bow that for every shot that you get off, the bow user is going to get off 2 to 3. And again, just to give you an idea of the distance, which can be difficult due to the wide angle lens, here I'm going to fire once and then walk up to the tree, pick up the bolt, and then fire again. And also that tree is a bit wider than it appears in the video. Everything seems a bit narrow due to the wide angle field of view. And this is the rifle crossbow that I mentioned. With 3D printed limbs, it's only about a third the power that's allowed by these games. But even there, that's about twice as powerful as the hand crossbow that was featured in this video.